Hello, and welcome to this month's Oakcrest Insight. Today I wanted to give you some perspective again on why we're optimistic on our economy, right? You think about yourself for a second. You turn on the news at night, what do you hear? Do you hear optimism, or do you hear about all the bickering going on in Washington? Well, our economy is in a transformative phase right now. Now, in the first half of the year, as you've heard me say many times, we saw a robust economy. Growth averaged around 6.5%. Now, to put this in perspective, that's 3 times more than what has happened during the past expansion of our economy. That growth was driven by you, by me, by the consumers spending a lot of money. What did you do in April, May, and June, right? Did you travel? Did you spend money? But as the third quarter opened up here, we started seeing a slowdown in our economy, which the culprit was from COVID cases. I say we blame everything on COVID these days, right? So COVID started increasing through mid-September, and consumer spending started slowing down. Again, think about yourself for a second. What did you do in July, August, September? Did you not eat out as much? Did you not travel on airplanes, hotels, because you were kind of worried about COVID? This caused a small decrease in the markets here in September. But we've seen this before though, right? About a year ago, our economy started slowing down when COVID cases spiked. The news started really ramping up about it. But as soon as the caseload started dropping with COVID, we started seeing people traveling again. Our economy roaring right back, right? And this is what we're expecting to see again here in the next few months, as COVID cases have dropped almost 50% from their mid-September highs. Now, the other driving force is the strength of the American household balance sheet. And this is what I want to share with you today from a manager that manages about $50 billion that we hear. These are things that we hear all the time, right? And I want to try to summarize this for you. Now, the first is a chart of household net worth, which shows a lot going on, okay, so bear with me. But just look at the dark blue line compared to the dotted blue line. Household net worths are up almost 25% from the highs last time, right? Now, the dotted blue line shows the average of the previous 5 recessions, which is pretty much flat. The blue line shows where we are, right? Where we are today. Normally, it's pretty flat, but hey, we're in really good shape from a household balance sheet today. Strongest it's ever been in the past. So this is really, really important stuff. Now, second reason with this is household debt, right? So your balance sheet, a lot of it has to do with your assets, but also your debt compared to your income. Again, we're at all-time lows if you look at this chart in the last 40 years at about 8% versus in 2008, it was almost double. Americans are much less leveraged in the past. Think again for yourself, right? Think about 15 years ago where you were, right? Did you learn from that recession and pay off debts? Did you free up cash flow in case this ever happened again? And most people did, right? Now, the last one here is a chart of available cash equivalents, all right? Bank accounts, money markets. This is about $4 trillion of easily accessible money to be spent. That's a lot of money, right? Now, we're not expecting this to be spent as many Americans, such as yourself, right? If you got a bank account, you don't want to spend all of it. You want to keep some in emergency funds. But what this is going to do is provide a tailwind to keep our economy growing through the end of the year and into next year, okay? These are things that I'm hearing on our calls, webinars. I've got a study group meeting here in a couple weeks. And I want to illustrate that we're still optimistic because this is stuff that we're hearing about your retirement assets. Now, call us if you have any questions, but we look forward to seeing you next month on Oakcrest Insight.